Today we are talking balls, but not just talking any balls, we are talking the #1 golf ball brand that isn't Titleist, isn't Callaway and isn't TAYLORMADE. This golf ball's gone massively under the radar and it is of course the Srixon Ulti Soft. Now for me the name is a little bit of a disappointment. It just doesn't flow off the tongue, does it? Ulti Soft. Is it the ultimate soft golf ball? If it is, what do you lose off the tee and with your mid-irons? That's what we're going to find out today, guys. We are, of course, talking balls, and we're going to have a look at just how good this golf ball is for £22.99 a dozen. So it claims to be the softest golf ball on and around the greens, which a lot of people will want. A lot of people will want a really soft-feeling golf ball. We're going to talk about its construction, we're going to talk about its performance, and we're going to, of course, have a little bit of a Texas scramble with it and see exactly what we can score. This is a whole new era of talking balls. 2 pros, 1 ball, 3 holes, Texas scramble. What can we score on the brand new Talking Balls leaderboard? I bet that felt soft with 3 inches of earth behind it. It's interesting to see just how this does perform off the tee with it being so soft.
That's a nice shot.
I anticipated that to feel softer.
Well,
Let's talk about exactly what the makeup of this ball actually is.
Yeah.
So just what is this golf ball all about? It is of course the Ulti Soft. It's a 2-piece golf ball, so it's not a 3-piece construction which you do see from a Pro V1, from a Chrome Soft, from even a Kirkland Performance. Plus, it has a piercing trajectory, greater distance and feel. I'm not sure how it can have great distance and feel, also have great greenside spin and all the rest. So it has a soft thin cover. It doesn't tell us what the cover's made of, so it's not going to be a urethane cover, but it is the softest ball that Srixon make, which a lot of people might not realise because they make the soft feel, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. But onwards. Yeah, I think it's going to be that one, isn't it? So that one will be mine, so we are taking mine off the first. As you can see, very consistent distance there. I don't think either of us really hit that ball as it was intended to be hit, as the pheasants fly away. But how many people who are going to be spending £22.99 on these balls are going to be striking them as they want to strike them 9 times out of 10? I'm going to say pretty much none of them. So we have around 140 yards in here. Let's see exactly how close we can get, because I always think if you're thinking of a soft feel golf ball, or an Ulti Soft should we say, is this going to give you more control, or is it just purely a sound and feel experiment? It's already got a bit of a scuff on it though, actually, which isn't, well, you want to hit that literally once, but anyway. Right, we have a very tight left flag. We don't want to be missing this one to the left. We've been insanely short-sided. Excited to see what trajectory we get with this as well. I've got a 9-iron from 140. I'll plonk this middle of the green, Chris.
Okie doke.
Wasn't my best strike.
Middle of the green, all the trees.
It's flag high. Right, Chris, what are your thoughts on the kind of white finish down there? It's supposed to be a very vibrant white, and I think it does look good in the air, almost like a pearl white.
It does certainly stand out. I don't mind that actually. I'd prefer that than seeing obviously a coloured golf ball. But
right, you're going to fly it in one more club, see if we can control it.
Yeah, 8-iron. Can we flight it in?
Not bad. That's going to be middle of the green.
Oh. Stop and drop
very quickly
on these wet greens, but you can flight it.
And that is one of the big things I think when you're looking at a golf ball like this at £22.99. If you can flight it down, if you can get pretty much okay distance, which we are going to test in the studio later in this video, and you do get exceptional greenside feel and spin, what more do you want for the price? Very interesting debate. Ooh. Right, Chris, we have one in the middle of the green and we have mine just to the right hand side. All of a sudden mine is not looking as bad in the trees. I think we take mine to be a bit more attacking with a chip, but also see how these balls can be kind of tested. That's going to be one of the new rules on this series of Talking Balls 2.0. We're going to have to play a missed green at least once in the 3 holes, just to see how they do compare and how we can kind of get some short game magic with them, because that is what I think a lot of people miss out when testing golf balls.
Correct.
Bob wedge.
Did he see?
Right, we are flag high now. I'm going to try and play a nice low spinner with the 60 degrees, so I move it back in the stand to try and release the club properly around my body and see how much grab we can get, because again, this is something which so many people don't really test too much. Get some moisture off that face.
Oh,
I'll take that.
I mean, it was interesting. It wasn't
Quite
a low
enjoyed
spinner.
that. It wasn't a low spin, it wasn't a low trajectory either. So the problem with this kind of cheaper plastic for the cover is, unlike urethane, you can't launch it low. It just launches straight high off the bat because of how it reacts to the loft on the face. So quite an interesting way of doing things like that. And to be honest, if you can't generate spin, it's a much better way of controlling your ball flight because you use the landing angle.
Yeah, and that's one big thing when obviously discussing a new golf ball is a lot of people don't get spin. We can't guarantee it every single time, so this cover can make you be a bit more precise with the landing zones. Well, I went for the low one.
Yep, I think we'll knock my 4 in, mate, shall we? How did it feel? Because I felt like that felt reasonably soft. I mean, I struck mine really nicely and it popped up in the air. I wouldn't say it's the softest feeling golf ball that I've ever tested.
No, I think it just feels as soft as, like you say, something like the soft feel.
Oh.
So, very similar to other soft golf balls.
So before we get to the second hole, guys, really quickly, I'm going to test these around the green. This is one of the more difficult shots you are going to get. We're short-sided and we are going onto a down slope. So ideally here, I want launch angle to help me and landing angle to help, but I do want some spin to allow myself to get close to that flag. That stopped absolutely dead. I can't believe I've managed to leave that top side of the bank. And when testing balls, I massively feel like that one again just stopped really, really nicely and then rolled out like a putt. I massively feel like for me, this is something which I would come out and do probably before I got on the launch monitor, before I saw the peak height of the irons, before I saw the spin rate with the driver, because this is going to save you a lot more shots if you can trust a ball around the greens than 50 mile an hour spin, than 50 RPM spin rate difference, or even 100 spin rate distance. Oh. So guys, straight away after that little short game test, which I really enjoyed actually with this Srixon Ulti Soft, terrible name once again, but you can see it is starting to mark up already. That's pretty much one shot hit around the greens, maybe 2 shots hit with this golf ball. So although it is a soft cover, how long will this ball last if you start playing a shorter golf course where you are hitting kind of more wedges in? Hopefully that's what we'll have into this hole after smashing a drive down that fairway there. Second hole, par 4, stroke index 14, 380 yards around the corner. Those bunkers shouldn't come into play today, although we are into the wind. Let's see if we can draw this ball around the corner, work it as we want to in the air, and leave us a nice short shot in and try and rip the cover off this golf ball with a nice new wedge, because that's how we can properly test if these balls are good or not when it comes to durability. How good is that? I did not anticipate that ball flight, did you?
No, a bullet.
Yeah, that came out a lot. I expected that ball just to go straight up in the air. And I'm not going to lie, if I'd have known that was what it was going to do, I would have aimed a little bit further to the right, but that is down there and that is long. Follow that, son. Mine's a Srixon 4, I don't think you're going past that. Not with that old man swing. Tell you what, it's a chance. Did it clip the tree, that?
Might have clipped a falling leaf.
Now, I'm going to say something probably a little bit ridiculous here, but that felt really soft.
It did. It didn't feel bad though. I enjoyed the feel of that. And again, my flight was a little bit higher than yours, but it still wasn't the flight that you'd expect from this golf ball, which again, is it directed at people with slower swing speeds to get a little bit of launch, or with a faster clubhead speed, it's still launching pretty good.
What a drive that is.
What, mine? Thank you very much.
No, that is definitely mine. That'll be a Srixon 4.
Srixon 4 will be the first one, and the one 40 yards further will be
Do you think?
the Srixon 3 of Chris Dennis,
I'll have you a tenner.
the everyday golfer.
Tenner.
You've seen it here
Srixon
first.
4 is the longer one, 100%. It has to be. It can't be anything else. Yours hit the tree.
And still had enough power to go 40
Maybe
yards
hitting that
past
branch
you.
has made the spin rate dip a little
A bit
bit.
of top spin.
Yeah,
in
and then
wet
it's
conditions.
released out a lot
Thank
more.
you.
Please don't be a Srixon 4. Please
Tenner.
don't be a Srixon 4.
Oh, that's a couple of beers these. I'm going to the match tonight.
Couple in Dallas. Oh, you are having me on.
Thank you very much.
I can't believe that.
Do you know what that is? That's a beer and
A pucker pie.
a meat and potato pie tonight at Rotherham United versus Bristol City.
Well, that is disappointing because I honestly
It's
absolutely
not.
nailed
It's
that.
fantastic.
Yeah, but yours
not
had an
disappointing
assist.
at all.
That might not even be your ball.
It's
Yours
not
might,
disappointing
yours will be
at
over
all.
there anyway. Okay, it felt good, but that's slightly disappointing. So what we're having that down to then, because it is you as well, look. Srixon 3. You're just saying that's as far as a Pro V go for you, isn't it?
I think so, you know, in the summer, and even in the summer, whereas today we're not getting much run, that'll have obviously pitched pretty close, I'd have expected, but it's still gone a long way down there. So very interesting there that it is designed towards the slower swing speed. I don't know if that's mud yet. No scuffs on mine as of yet.
Yeah, you don't strike it though, do you? Right, Chris, we've got about, shall I zap it so we know?
Give us a zap. I'm going to say we've got 73.
Yeah, 79 from here, so yeah.
There we go. Thanks for coming.
Oh, disgusting.
It was all over it as well.
Good drive though, mate.
Fantastic drive, good bogey.
Right, so another really important factor when testing balls is having a dry club face and dry golf ball. So I'm going to make sure, and the thing that a lot of people do as well is they dry the club face and then have a practice swing and get loads of moisture on the face. So I'm going to make sure this is dry. We are downwind ever so slightly, so that is going to affect the spin. We're not going to get as much spin being downwind, but I'm going to try and play this in a little bit long, try and get a bit of spin back and just see if we can get close to this flag. I'm going to play it 80 yards. Can't play that any better.
Yeah, nice shot.
See, there you've had the action that you want to have. I've got dry grooves, a dry ball, that's landed long, it's spun back. You're going to get that action with the Pro V, you might get a little bit more, but a lot of people will land that short and then get the spin back, and everyone will clap because they've got some backspin, but you're actually further away than what you should have been, because not a lot of golfers can land it long and spin it back. You have to be a lot more accurate with your yardages, and that's not a bad thing, it's just difficult to do. $22.99 this ball for a dozen. Bargain. Right, as Chris picks up his feeble effort from 72 yards out, you can see that mine's just landed long and spun back like I wanted it to. Not come back a ton of a way. I think if I'd landed it a little bit longer, it would have come more down the slope, but that's quite a good effort to that flag, because it's not a flag you want to be dicing with down there with, is it, Chris?
No, it's not.
So one area that I do quite like about this Srixon Ultisoft is the alignment aid. It's a nice thick blue line. It does give you lots of feedback on the roll as well, which you do particularly want. And again, I think the fact that it's not just a black line just gives it a shed of colour as well, which I do quite like on a ball. I don't like all just black and white. That's personal preference quite clearly. Chris, let's see if we can hold this birdie putt and get to 1 under. Oh, it was always low, weren't it?
Good roll though, good feedback from that line. So, oh, round the flag.
Thank you very much.
Flag.
And that is 1 under par through 2. Okay, final hole of the challenge, par 3, 150 yards, stroke index 16. Not a lot to write home about here, a back left flag. We're going to play worst ball on this hole, so we're 1 under par, guys. This series is going to start throwing some spanners in the works with testing golf balls. Then we're going to talk about numbers of what we've found in the studio with these balls. We'll compare them to a standalone Pro V1, because I feel like that is pretty much #1 ball in brackets, although that is a marketing term. Right, Chris, I'll try not to let you down. I've got a 7. Let you down? That is all over it. How good is that? That might be a 1. Chris wasn't even looking because he's very ignorant and rude.
I mean, it might be left centre.
I'll tee the ball up for you there, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Lovely high ball flight on that, higher than I expected, very easy to launch. It would worry me if we were into a heavy wind here, which actually feeling about we are, so it might well be short.
Okay, so I've got a 6 iron. Flight one in again.
Oh, that's all over it as well.
It feels fantastic, to be honest.
It just sounds totally different, doesn't it? You like to anything else?
It doesn't sound, just because it's a cheaper ball and they say it's soft, it still sounds great and it comes off great, so not a bad ball.
Right, so we are playing worst ball. I can already see one. I'll tell you what, they've both got a good distance then.
Yeah? Yours has done really well, so it was a higher fly.
Yeah, with a 7 iron as well. Chris has pummeled a 6 iron, and my 7 iron's gone just as far. Surely that yours is worse than mine, is it? I've got a flat putt. You can see again, nice landing and stopping angle with the 7 iron. What's yours landed? Oh, is it?
Yeah, very good.
For a 6 as well, because yours was a bit more penetrating, wasn't it?
Yeah, with that flight, it's very impressive from the old Ultisoft, but yeah. Oh,
yours is the worst one, isn't it?
mine is the worst one. I thought yours was the worst one.
Come on, Christopher, this for 2 under.
It's breezy.
It is, isn't it? That's never up, never in, I do believe.
It's a good line.
Good line, terrible effort for distance.
Good roll again, nice feedback from the ball. Wasn't the ball that's brought it that short.
It was a terrible putter.
It's good pace.
Tell you
What a putter.
this is a new putter like I'm testing as well for a video.
2 for 2.
2 for 2, that's 100% make ratio.
Get it in the bag.
Guys, let's have a look at how these golf balls do perform for numbers in the studio against the TITLEIST Pro V1. And as you can see, it stacked up pretty well there. Spin rates were quite a bit different and ball speed was a bit down, but for the money, this is less than half the price of a TITLEIST Pro V1. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash that subscribe button. Make sure you do check out Chris Dennis Golf for part 2 of this video, where you're using it with a mid-handicap golfer.
I am on the everyday golfer, we certainly are.
And apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.